Yeah, he will love this.
Whatever you want.
Excellent. He's 80 years old. He's been to Europe only once. So I've already traveled more than him, I think.
You were 88 years old when you were the first time here?
No, I've never been here.
Oh, you never
I've
been?
dreamed of coming here. I have heard of the Salzburg salt mines, and this has been a dream of mine to see them in real life.
Really?
Yes, really. You probably don't hear. Most people probably have no idea, but I heard about them, and I thought, oh, that's so cool. When I was a little kid.
You waited so long, and now you get a special tour.
And now I'm alone. There's nobody here. I feel so fortunate. This is so lucky.
So, we start here.
Okay.
Yes. Also, ich rede Deutsch.
English. I can understand it a little better.
Behind me, you can see now a little chapel to the Holy Rupert. And the Holy Rupert is a very important person. Here in Salzburg, he is the safety patron of the region Salzburg. And he was the very first Prince Archbishop here in Salzburg. He lived here 800 after Jesus was born. He was here the very first Prince Archbishop, and he was the first who had the right to mine salt here, yes.
Yeah.
So, and here you can see now the coat of arms of Salzburg. Yes, and here you can see the Holy Rupert, and by his feet you can see a little salt cellar. Yes.
That's a basket of salt.
His feet, yes.
Yes.
This should be a little salt cellar.
Yeah.
And so you can imagine that salt was always very, very important in this region here in Salzburg.
Yes.
Yes, and we have a special day in December for our safety patron. 8 December is his day here in Salzburg.
8th of December,
Yes,
yeah? Okay.
8 December, yes. So, and here you can see now the Holy Barbara. And I don't know, maybe you have heard from her?
Barbara?
The
Nein.
Holy Barbara.
Holy Barbara? Nein.
Yes. She is the safety patron of all miners. Yes.
Okay.
Here in Austria. And she had a very painful life, a little bit like Jeanne d'Arc. Yes. And she gets only 29 years old. And so we miners in Austria, we have 29 golden buttons on our uniform. Yes. And her last 3 years she was in a prison, and to remind that before she get killed, yes. We have always the first 3 buttons on our uniform open. And this what I wear is the original uniform of the Austrian miners. Yes.
I see.
Good.
Sehr gut.
Dann gehen wir in die erste Schaukammer. The Obersteinberg Tunnel, this is the name of this tunnel, yes, where we go in by the train, and this tunnel was started 1450, yes.
Wow.
Yes.
It's amazing.
1450. Yes, and we have 64 kilometers tunnels, and 14 are always usable, yes. And these 64 kilometers are on 9 galleries. Yes, and we will go now together 1.5 kilometer of all these tunnels. Yes.
Okay.
So, and so I welcome you now with a very heartful Glück auf. And Glück auf means luck up. And it's the traditional greeting between miners.
So, herzlich willkommen und Glück auf.
Genau,
yeah?
genau.
Naturally.
Glück auf is, if you meet a miner, then you say Glück auf.
Glück auf,
yes.
Yeah.
And we will make now a little time journey together to the history of salt mining here in Salzburg.
Okay.
And we start with the modern salt mining today in Austria. And to this you will see here on this wall now a building.
Okay, thank you.
Heute ist es das größte Schaubergwerk Österreichs und das älteste der Welt. Seit dem 17. Jahrhundert werden hier Besucher durch die Stadt geführt.
Today, this is Austria's largest visitor mine, and also the oldest in the world. Visitors have been guided through these galleries since the 17th century.
An dieser Stelle, im Obersteinbergstrom, beginnt unsere Reise zum Ursprung des Salzbergbaues. Wir befinden uns 750 Meter im Berg und 120 Meter unter der Erdoberfläche. Zum Vergleich, der Südturm des Stephansdomes ist 136 Meter hoch.
Our journey back to the very origins of salt mining starts here in the Obersteinberg Gallery. We are already 750 meters inside the mountain and 120 meters below the surface. As a comparison, the south tower of St. Stephen's Cathedral in Vienna is 136 meters high.
Für die Instandhaltung der stillgelegten Salzbergwerke in Österreich ist heute die Salinen Austria AG zuständig.
Salinen Austria is responsible for maintaining shut-down salt mines in Austria.
Die Salinen Austria AG ist aber nach wie vor und als einziges Unternehmen in Österreich im industrialisierten Salzabbau aktiv.
Salinen Austria also remains the only company in Austria that mines salt at an industrial scale.
Das Primärprodukt ist Sohle, also mit Salz angereichertes Wasser.
The primary product is brine, a water-based salt solution.
Diese Sohle gelangt über ein Pipeline-Netzwerk zur Saline Ebensee.
This brine travels along a network of parallel pipes.
Dort wird sie gereinigt und zu hochreinen Salzprodukten weiterverarbeitet. Zu Salzen, die ihren Einsatz in der Industrie, Medizin, Wasseraufbereitung, Landwirtschaft und der Straßensicherheit finden. Und woraus natürlich unser bekanntestes Produkt entsteht: Bad Ischler Speisesalz.
There, it is processed to create highly purified salt products. Salts that have industrial, medical, water treatment, agricultural, and road safety applications, and that naturally also form the basis of our best-known product, Bad Ischler table salt. If we now consider that so much salt is produced every day in the mines of Salinen, Austria, that 200 trucks are required to carry it away, one naturally wonders what technology is required to extract such volumes from the mountain. It is precisely this technology that we will observe in the next chamber. On our way there, we will cross the state border between Austria and Germany. This cross-border salt mining was regulated in 1829 in the Saline Convention, the oldest valid state contract in Europe.
Wenn wir jetzt daran denken, dass in den Bergwerken der Salinen Austria AG täglich so viel Salz produziert wird, dass es 200 LKWs bräuchte, um es abzutransportieren, dann stellt man sich die Frage, welche Technologie eingesetzt wird, um solche Mengen aus dem Berg zu fördern.
So, as you heard, 2/3 of this mine are in German territory. And on our way to the next chamber, we cross the borderline to Germany or Bavaria. Under the surface, you have your passport with you.
I have my ID, but not my passport.
No, it's just a joke. So please follow me.
Okay.
Let's go to Germany.
To Germany, to Deutschland.
Yes, Bavaria.
Bavaria, Bayern.
Mhm. Genau, Bayern ist nicht Deutschland.
Bayern ist nicht Deutschland. Was ist Bayern?
It's a part of Germany,
Ah.
but the Bavarians always say, no, we are no Germans. no, we Bavarians.
I wanted to visit Munich on my trip, but I didn't get a chance, unfortunately. Next time.
Yes, Munich is also cool. I love it. And how is the weather now in New York?
Right now, it's not so bad. It's pretty good. But later, it'll get very cold.
Cold, also cold like here.
Yeah,
yes.
cold like here, but the snow always melts and the ground is covered with half snow and half water. It's terrible.
Ah, okay. More water than snow, yes.
More water than snow, yeah.
Oh.
Which is not so great, but
Okay. We also don't have so much snow. That's over, yes.
Mm-hmm.
No, normally we have now snow. 20 years ago,
yeah,
in November, it snowed, yes.
Yes.
We had 1 meter snow, yes.
yeah.
And now nothing.
Now it's nothing. It's too
Till
bad.
January,
Yeah.
no snow.
I wanted to ski on my trip, but I won't get a chance in Europe. unfortunately. There's
yes,
not enough snow.
very high on the Gletscher.
Yeah, there's a.
Yeah.
I was thinking of going to a glacier.
Yeah, Gletscher, yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't get a chance.
But they're also melting.
Yeah, they're melting too.
So, and here is now the border to Germany. Yes.
Yes.
One side is Austria and this is Germany.
Okay.
Can I make a picture from you?
Sure.
So, I hope you enjoyed it.
I did. That was wonderful.
Yes, I like
It's
it.
very cool.
I see it every day, but I love it.
Excellent. Wow. I really enjoyed that.
It's nice.
Very nice. I'm lucky. I feel so lucky that I get to see this by myself. I feel so lucky. This is awesome.
Yes, I'm happy if you like it.
Yes.
This is Salzburg, yes, here's the dome.
Yeah.
This is the dome, this is the university,
Yeah.
and this is the castle.
I was there this morning. It was
Yes,
good.
Yes. And this, what I told, this Prince Archbishop, yes, was Dietrich von Reichenau.
Yeah.
He was arrested in this castle.
Uh-huh.
Yes, because he wanted to make war to the Bavarian king.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And he said, okay, then we make war. And then he took him, yes, and he lost this war, yes. And then the Bavarian king, he catched him, and then he came in this castle
Uh-huh.
to the end of his life.
I see.
He was arrested.
I see.
And you go tomorrow to this Salzburg castle.
Yeah.
Yes, and here in the middle you can see now our Salzburg book. he was specially created for the rich and nobility ladies in the 17th century as a little gift when they visited this mine. But in this time, salt was very, very expensive. Only rich people could buy salt. So if you look now at this box, you can imagine that this was a little treasure at this time. But it's not tricky to do it by yourself. It's a simple wooden box that laid 6 to 8 weeks in a saturated brine. And after that, it looks like this.
Wow.
Yes.
So that's a branch from a tree that's been covered in salt, basically.
Yes.
I see.
It lays in the salt, and then it's getting these salt crystals on the wooden bulk.
Yeah.
Yes. I have to look. Something is with the light. Okay. I thought maybe some miners come because the light was on. Yes. And now we slide down
Again.
into the Middle Age. And if you want, you can try it alone.
Okay,
Yes?
I think I
Good.
can handle it.
Yes, I think too.
All right. Just like this.
Open.
Legs out.
And you can go. Much fun.
Bye.
Bye.
Whoa!
You enjoyed it?
Oh, I enjoyed it very much.
Very good. So now I come at the deepest point of our tour. And we are now 210 meters below the surface. Yes, and here down under in 200 meters we have a special phenomenon in this mountain. It's called mountain pressure. Because of the high salinity and a pressure of 2 tons at each square centimeter. That's only like my nail, yes?
Yeah.
Our tunnel shrinks every year 1 to 3 centimeter.
Wow.
Yes, and if our 14 miners wouldn't work daily in this mine, our tunnels would collapse after some years. Yes.
Yeah.
Good. And now we go back to Austria again.
Okay.
Yes.
So is that what I'm hearing? The tunnel?
This is only acoustic. Yes. That you get this feeling of when the tunnels are breaking. Now it's closed because now it's getting winter and much water comes from this tunnel. Yes.
I see.
And then you all tunnels get very wet. And now the miners closed it.
Okay.
Yes.
What is that sound I'm hearing from over there?
That's only acoustic.
Wow.
Yes.
So that's just the tunnel making its own noise.
Yes. That you think this tunnel will break down now.
Yeah, I hope not. Wow, that's amazing.
That you get a feeling how it sounds.
And it does that all the time.
Yes.
Wow. Very cool.
Don't worry. We're safe.
Hopefully.
Yes, sure. I wouldn't work here
Yes, if it would collapse.
if it would be dangerous. So, welcome back to Austria.
Here we go.
Now we're back again. I hope you don't smuggle anything.
I don't think so.
Please come in.
Okay.
Yes. And here you can see now very good this mountain pressure. Yes. Maybe you remember before we came to the German border. Yes. You saw an old slide on the left side.
Maybe, yes.
Yes. And this is now the end of this old slide.
It comes down to here.
Yes.
And
And
it's
the slide is away. And I can see how the mountain breaks down slowly.
Yeah. I see. Very interesting. You can't go down there anymore, I see.
No.
Okay.
This would be very dangerous.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yes. So and maybe you ask yourself how we do it, that we have here down under 200 meters such a good air in this mine. And we do this by the natural weather from outside. And to the air in the mine and also to the salt production in the Middle Age, you will see here on this wall now a movie. If it works. Yes.
Im Mittelalter kannte man sowohl obertägige Sohlequellen als auch die arbeitsintensive Methode des bergmännischen Abbaus von Steinsalz. In dieser Epoche kam es zu zahlreichen Erleichterungen. Der Stoßkarren, der Transporte vereinfachte, die unterstützte Führung von Frischluft durch die Stollen sowie die bahnbrechende Idee, Sohle direkt im Berg herzustellen.
In the Middle Ages, both surface brine sources and the labor-intensive method of mining rock salt were known. This era saw numerous improvements. The pushcart, which simplified transport, the assisted routing of fresh air through the galleries, and the groundbreaking idea of producing brine directly in the mountain.
Neben den zahlreichen Gefahren, die sich beim Bergbau zwangsläufig ergeben, gibt es eine ganz besonders tückische: die matten oder bösen Wetter. Gemeint ist damit eine gefährliche Zusammensetzung der Atemluft.
Amongst the many unavoidable dangers faced by miners, one is particularly dangerous: weak or bad weather. This was the name used when the air inside the mine contained a dangerous mixture of gases.
Im Stollen endet die natürliche Zirkulation der Atemluft schon nach rund 300 Metern. Wenn der Luftstrom einmal zu gering ist, wird mit einem Blasebalg, dem Focher, nachgeholfen.
In the gallery, the natural circulation of the fresh air ends after about 300 meters. Weather doors help to slow down and direct the airflow if it is too weak.
Erst wenn unterschiedliche Horizonte des Bergwerks durch Schächte miteinander verbunden sind, entsteht eine natürliche Zirkulation. Innerhalb des Berges herrscht das ganze Jahr über eine konstante Temperatur von 10 Grad. Die Richtung des Luftstroms wird durch die Außentemperatur bestimmt.
Only when different horizons of the mine are connected by shafts, natural circulation is created. Inside the mountain, there is a constant temperature of 10 degrees. The direction of the airflow is influenced by the temperature above ground.
Im Sommer dringt warme Luft in die oberen Stollen, kühlt ab, wird dadurch schwerer und tritt im untersten Stollen wieder aus dem Berg aus.
In summer, warm air enters the upper galleries, cools down, becomes heavier as a result, and exits the mountain again in the lowest gallery.
Im Winter funktioniert das umgekehrt.
In winter, this works in reverse.
Das Mittelalter war die Geburtsstunde des Laubverfahrens. Dabei wird Wasser in den Berg, in die sogenannten Schöpfwerke geführt.
In the Middle Ages, the leaching process was invented. In this process, water is fed into the mountain, into the so-called scooping works.
Sobald die Sohle ausreichend mit Salz gesättigt ist, wird sie mit Holzrohren, den Deicheln, aus dem Berg ausgeleitet und über die Dächer der Häuser hinweg direkt in die Pfannen der Sudhäuser befördert.
As soon as the brine is sufficiently saturated with salt, it is discharged from the mountain through the wooden pipes, the so-called Deicheln, and led over the roofs of the houses, directly into the pans of the brine houses.
In Pfannen mit einem Durchmesser von bis zu 18 Metern wurde Salz über offenem Feuer gesotten, abgeschöpft und in sogenannte Perkufen gepresst. Die Perkufen sind diese kegelförmigen Holzbehälter, die ihr in der Mitte des Raumes seht.
In pans with diameters of up to 18 meters, salt was formed as sediment over an open fire, scooped off, and pressed into a container known as a percoufe. In the salt manufactory, you can see this pan salt being produced firsthand. This wooden container that you see in the middle of the room is a so-called percoufe. We will now leave behind wet salt extraction and travel back in time over 1,000 years to the prehistoric age, in which rock salt was manually dug up from the mountain using pickaxes and carried out of the gallery.
So now we will visit the Iron Age. You can taste the salt if you want.
I can taste this?
Yes,
All right.
by hand in our salt manufacture.
Okay.
can go into our Celtic village, buy food with your ticket. There is this salt manufacturer, and you can see how our pan master makes this salt by hand.
Excellent. Very good.
So now we visit the Iron Age. Please come in. Yes, welcome at the Iron Age and by the Celtics. And here you can see a sample of a Celtic tunnel. Yes, so small and dark
Yeah.
it was in this time.
Very small.
Yes. And they had no light. Yes.
In the dark, they would mine through here.
Yes. They had only simple wooden sticks. Yes. And
Wow.
they lighted it and then they looked and then they worked. Yes.
Wow.
So, yes. By the Celtics. And the heyday of the Celtics was about 450 before Jesus was born. And about 800 people lived in this time here up on this mountain. And they were the first to mine salt here, yes. But they didn't mine brine. They only looked for this rock salt into a deep of 200 meters, yes. And that with very simple tools, as you can see here. Yes. They needed for a 1 meter tunnel 1 month.
Wow.
Yes. Yes, and as you have seen, this was a very hard and dangerous work. And so it happened that some miners had an accident in the mountain. And here you can see now our man in the salt. But I say it first, it's not the real movie, yes. But in the 16th and 17th century, really, 2 Celtic miners were found by excavations. They might have an accident, died and stayed preserved in rock and salt for 2.5 millennia.
Wow.
Yes. But in this time, the people didn't know much about archaeology, so they took these founds and brought them up on the surface, where they rotted very quickly away, yes. But in this time, in the 17th century, one painter lived here up on this mountain, and he made very exact drawings of one of these founds. So we know much about the Celtics, and we know how it looked like, this found in this time, yes.
Wow. That's
If you want,
amazing.
you can make pictures of him. Also with Snapchat, no problem.
Very cool.
Yes, the archaeologists, they say in this mountain there might be several mummies, Celtic mummies. Maybe we find sometimes one, because all 2 years the archaeologists come and they dig in these Celtic tunnels, and maybe they find one.
Yeah.
Maybe you hear it sometimes, yes, in Nuremberg, a new movie. Yes, and now you will see on this wall here a little movie about the Celtics.
Okay.
600 Jahre vor Christus. Wir befinden uns jetzt in einer Zeit, als Obertage die legendäre Gründung der Stadt Rom erst 150 Jahre her ist. Hier am Dörrberg kamen die Menschen zu der Zeit nach der Grundlage ihrer wachsenden Siedlung. Sie brauchen das Salz als wertvolles Handelsgut und um ihre Lebensmittel haltbar zu machen.
600 years before the birth of Christ, we now find ourselves in an age in which above ground, the legendary founding of Rome had only happened 150 years ago. Here in the Dernberg, the people are digging in order to firmly establish their own growing settlement. They need the salt as a valuable resource and also to preserve their food.
Kinder unterstützen schon früh die Erwachsenen beim Abbau unter Tage. Sie könnten für die Erleuchtung zuständig gewesen sein. Denn so ein Leuchtspan spendete nur wenige Minuten Licht. Dann muss der Neuer entzündet werden.
Children supported adults mining underground from the very start. They could have been responsible for the lighting because a stick of firewood only gave off a few minutes light before the next one had to be lit.
Die Arbeit unter Tage war nicht nur anstrengend, sondern lag auch Gefahr.
Underground work was not only tiring, but also full of danger.
Mindestens 12 prähistorische Abbaukammern wurden am Dürnberg gefunden. Sie reichten bis in eine Tiefe von 200 Metern. Archäologische Grabungen zeugen von einer blühenden Kultur über Tage.
At least 12 prehistoric mining chambers have been found in the Dernberg. These reach to a depth of 200 meters. Archaeological digs provide a vivid culture above ground. I would like to invite you to follow our Celts up into the light of day and experience the fundamental value that the salt of the Dernberg had for many generations and still has to this day.
Here in this area, you can see now very good the Hazel Mountains. And Hazel Mountains is a geological term for mixed rock, yes, from clay minerals, sandstone, anhydrite, and rock, and side salts. And here you can see now very good a salt vein, a big one, that goes through the mountain. Here's a red one, here's a white one. Here also, yes,
Yeah.
a white one, and that's typical for the Hazel Mountains. The rock salt content varies between 20 up to 70%. And if you look now into the sandstone, you can see it shimmering like little diamonds in the sand. And these are the side salts, yes. And all the salt in the Hazel Mountain was mined by the leaching system, yes. Only the Celtics mined only this rock salt.
I see.
And the typical red color in the salt vein, that comes from the iron oxide. Iron oxide color salt red.
I see.
Yes. Now I forgot what I wanted to say to you.
That's okay.
The Hazel Mountains are located in Austria in the northern limestone Alps, and there are also the best known salt mining areas like Hallstatt, Bad Ischl and Aussee, yes. But also here salt was mined for a very long time in the Hazel Mountains, yes. So and now we reached the end of our tour, yes.
Yeah.
And with the not so Celtic escalator, we go back to our train.
Okay.
And by this escalator, you get a little present from me. And with a very heartful Glück auf, I
Glück
say
auf.
thanks that you're visiting our
Nein,
mine.
danke
Thank
schön.
you.
This is
Thank
wonderful.
you.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, then I'm happy.
I'm very happy. Thank you.
It was nice to meet you.
Yes, nice to meet you too.
Take this door, let it fall down.
Yeah.
Yes. So here you can see very good this mountain pressure, yes.
Yeah.
You want to make a picture of it?
That's all right. I got it.
Like
Wow.
for you? If you
Yes.
want.
Got it. Okay. Interesting.
You can see how the mountain comes inside.
Yeah.
Yes. And the timber breaks, and then you have to make it new. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, here also.
Yeah.
That's typical for the Hazel Mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And here also. Here you can see it also very good. Yes.
Yeah.
But the miners, when they see it and you ask them, they say, "Oh, it will last 10 years." Yes,
Okay.
in 10 years we will make it.
Yeah.
So now we call the train.
Okay.
Second time. Yes, this is our Sally Duck from our children tour.
Uh-huh.
So that's for you.
This is for me.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Salt from a mine brings luck to you.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
You can also take another one. if
Yeah,
you
I'd love to
want.
take another.
Yes,
Oh, that's
please.
wonderful.
You can
Thank
take
you.
so much you want. We
Really?
have enough. Really.
Okay, I'll take 5 if you can,
Yes.
because I have friends who
Yes,
would love
yes,
this.
yes.
They will see this and they'll be so
Yes.
happy.
Bring it
Oh.
to New York.
Yeah, I will bring it home.
So now it's done.
This is perfect. Now I have a souvenir to give people.
Yes, yes. And it's luck.
Yes.
Bring luck to your
Yes, viel Glück. All right. That was wonderful. Excellent.
Thank you.